This is sports stuff. Bink, 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 bink. Betting stuff.
I suck.
As you're not aware, Alex has a vacuum.
Something's up with my camera tonight.
Hmm.
Good grief.
I think it's a lighting.
You think so?
Something, buddy. This
Here we go.
is
It's
Sports
back.
Stuff Betting Stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming out of the Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host, Muff, the original degenerate, joined by
The Ohio
Me.
degenerate.
aka Jim.
And the sucky medical degenerate.
Listen,
AKA
we're all not doing well. Don't beat yourself up.
Well, just remember what we said, what you all said last week, that I was at the bottom, but I would not stay there long. And by golly, that is exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
I am at the top, but I'm not alone at the top.
We should have panicked at that point.
More to come on that later. Alex is demonstrating what it's like to be a terrible bettor.
Or something.
You look like you belong in some type of Star Wars movie.
That was the best compliment I could have gotten during my down mood.
There you go. For those that are new to this show, the betting show, we bet football during football season. This is like a secondary episode to the weekly ones that come out on Monday. This comes out on Thursday. We will go over last week's best bets. We will discuss the football lines for the week, which are very small, very short slate this week, so not a lot to chat about. But then we'll get into our best bets of the week, specialty picks, and we'll do the thing. If you're not already, make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, sportstuffw.com/Jim Ampersand Muff. Also, that's our Facebook moniker, and then at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter.
Moniker was a big word.
He always brings the good stuff. He's our walking thesaurus.
It was a winner in
I'm
SAT.
glad that you knew the word thesaurus.
Thanks.
I had to think about it for a second.
Well, so, getting into this week's best bets, none of us were highly successful. We're really successful in any way. This may be collectively the worst week we've had this year.
Yeah, we've had some bad ones, but in our defense, we didn't have much to choose from.
That's true. It may have been some reaches on the slates, but it's up to you what you put on the slate. So,
right.
In best to worst, unfortunately, I will start.
Let's back up a second. I want to make sure everybody's aware, the listener, that like, if I as an individual, and I want to thank you too as an individual, we're betting to be 500 or betting to be perfect on our own, we would have bet more conservatively. But the three of us in one room, I think we're taking bets sometimes.
And this last couple weeks, yeah,
we're trying to bet a record. We're trying to outdo or outmaneuver the other one in some situations so that we can be the top bettor.
Well, to be fair, if that's what you're doing, then you're doing it wrong, because I'm just betting what I think is the best bets.
Well, I'm totally trying to beat y'all.
Me too.
I am too.
Maybe it's you and I doing it wrong, then, Alex. Mr. Too Good for Us. Over
I know.
there.
I honestly think Jim and I are out here trying to
you too
outmaneuver each other and Muffin. It's not going great.
No,
I'm just over here doing what I do normally, and you two are just making a mess of it.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Okay. So, unfortunately, I was best at 2-3 for the week. I started out my Saturday slate undefeated, as I took the 49ers to cover 9.5 over the Seahawks, which was a win, and the Chargers Jags over 47.5, which was a win thanks to the Jaguars' second half effort. And then Sunday was just an all-out bad day, as I lost all three of my bets. Bills to cover 13.5 over the Dolphins was a loss. Giants Viking under 48.5 was a loss, and Ravens Bengals to cover 8.5 was a loss as well, which puts me at 2-3 for the week. Next, best is Alex.
I technically at 1-5, I'm coming in at second best. I lost the Seahawks plus 9.5. That one hurt. I won the Jags plus 2.5 versus the Chargers in wild fashion. I was very close to going 0-6. The Bills did not cover 13.5 versus the Dolphins. The Giants Vikings went over 48.5, not under. The Bengals did not cover 8.5 versus the Ravens, and the Bucks did not cover 2.5 versus the Cowboys.
I was 1-7.
1-6.
1-6.
Might as well be 1-7.
I don't really want to relive it all.
You were
Someone else relive it for
1-4-7.
me. You can do what you got to do, but I'm not reliving that horror show.
Jim lost every bet except for 49ers to cover. So Jim started the weekend well, and it went downhill from there.
It never got good.
Jim also doubled up on some games, which was obviously a mistake.
Stupid.
But yeah, you can look at Jim's.
It's only stupid because he lost.
Yeah.
If he would have won, we'd have been like, he's a genius.
I would not have said he's a genius. I would have congratulated him on a good week.
Too much. That would take too much for Muff to compliment me.
I would have said you were a genius.
Thank you, Alex.
Alex has been lying to you.
We always get along, so it makes sense as to why I would say.
And that's why, Jim, you should take any compliments of that high regard from Alex with a bit of salt.
Yes, I got you.
Which brings our running best bets records to.
We're all tied at
478.
We all have a 478 winning percentage. We all get there in different ways, but our winning percentage rounded up or down is all at 478 at the moment.
You know what matters to me, Alex?
Yeah.
We got more wins than that guy.
I agree. 10 more.
You also have more losses.
We got more wins.
Considerably more losses.
We have 10 more wins than Muff is all I heard.
We're more of a winner than you are.
This is a winning percentage, not a losing percentage. I feel like we've been told that before, right, Jim?
The losing percentage, we're all tied as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So,
Muff, don't be a buzzkill.
Sorry for making that much sense in a time of not making sense.
We don't
know that we don't like. We know that we don't like when you try to make us make sense.
I apologize.
And yet here you are in a time of mourning.
I don't think we're in a time of mourning. I think you two may be in a time of mourning. I'm in a time of hope.
I think we thought we were going to beat you, and that's why we're in a time of mourning.
Here we are. Which brings us to our specialty picks. First, the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, pow, pow.
It did not pow all the way to a win, as we took the Bills to cover 13.5, and that was a loss, bringing the hit stick pick record to 7-10-1 for the season. But in good news, the Neil Brown risky pick of the week was a winner. Unfortunately for Jim, it was the Jags money line, which brings the risky pick to 10-9 for the year.
You know, I ragged on him for going along with that, but in a way, I'm glad he did because it brought some consolation, knowing at least if his team's gonna blow that big of a lead, that the Neil Brown risky pick of the week covered.
Yep.
You know what's even more hilarious, and we'll cover this in next week's regular episode more, is that even after that, Jim, you still have the same head coach, buddy.
For now, give it time.
Oh no, he's gonna stay.
Shut up.
They're just firing coordinators,
Shut
buddy. Just firing coordinators.
Give it time.
Oh no, if he was gonna go, he
the
would
off season.
Shut your face. You don't know my life.
I don't know your life, but I sure know what's happening in Charger land.
God, I hope they fire everybody.
And lastly, we had the Punisher parlay.
Punisher!
Which was the over-under variety, which I believe the over 47.5 in Jags Chargers, which was my pick, was the only winner.
That's true.
We also had the under in the Ravens Bengals, which was a loss, and the Giants Vikings under, which was a loss. But we have yet to find the potion solution and magic key to the Punisher parlay this year. It is now.
I am contending that this over-under thing we're doing, that made the parlays more fun for me to watch.
Because I'm just interested.
I was more apt to watch the game.
Really?
I
don't know why. I enjoyed watching the game more itself.
It's because you weren't rooting for a team, you were just rooting for points versus no points.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I think that's why it's more fun typically to bet the over, because you're rooting for like action.
Yeah, I will say that will probably change my outlook on how I bet this week.
And a whole lot of overs hit this week. In fact, every over, correct?
Yeah.
Hello, loyal listeners. Sports Hub Off. This is take number 4. But I would like for you to rate, comment, subscribe, poke, tickle. I can't say anything else because there are children around. So do all the fun things.
Okay, so that brings us into this week's NFL lines. Obviously, we only have 4 games to chat about. We have first in Saturday football, Jags at Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 8.5, over under 52.5.
I'm on the Chiefs in this game personally. I think that the Jags magic's over. The Chiefs do the Chiefs things, handle their business, and move on.
It's tough to go against that. All I'm going to say is Trevor Lawrence is undefeated on Saturdays.
I think this might be it when the other shoe drops.
You know what's hilarious is nobody knew that or was talking about it until after he won last Saturday.
Because no one thought it would be a thing.
Right? And now we're pushing that narrative. I bet Vegas is backing that narrative.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's why I'm taking the Chiefs. I really think this line should be like 13.5 probably.
Which is why I think Alex being on that side of it is a good idea. I am going to be in the under 52.5. I just, while the Chiefs can explode for points and while the Jags can obviously explode for points, I think this is the week where the defenses start to buckle down a little bit. So I'm just saying we can't have we can't continue this trend of all of the overs, and this is the game that I see potentially going under of all of them.
I'm taking the Jags plus the points.
All right.
Direct conflict, Alex. I love it.
Shocker. Me and Jim, direct conflict?
Well, here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I told you guys before the show that I was following a website and I couldn't find the website. And for some reason, I searched for all the games and that website was not covering any of these games. And the one game I did not search was the Jags Chiefs. When you guys were talking, I was like, I wonder. And sure as shit, this is the one game that they are predicting. And they're saying Jags 8.5. Hey. I'm gonna stick with the horse that got me there.
What's the reasoning though? Like you're blindly following, which believe me, understood.
I mean, I could read up their knowledge, but then if I gave you their knowledge, why would they listen to this show? They're just gonna go find my site. So I'm just gonna tell you.
You still need to give the information though, right? You still need to hit us with the facts.
They believe that the Chiefs' red zone offense or red zone defense is an issue. They allow their opponents to score 67.27% of the red zone trips. Only the Colts have a worse red zone defense. They struggle to stop the run at times, ranking 15th in opponent yards. The Jaguars can exploit that. They average 4.8 yards per rush this season. Will the Chiefs win the game? Probably. But they think the Jags can cover the spread.
Do you think it?
If I was in your
these guys say so, yes.
If I was in your shoes, Jim, I would be doing the same thing.
These guys won me the monies. I'm sticking with them.
Well, you can play Moneyball. Remember, Moneyball didn't work in the postseason.
Hey, I understand, but these guys tend to be okay.
Were they okay last week?
They didn't have anything up last week. That has been my issue the last 2 weeks.
Jim is a terrible bettor without the assistance of this website.
Yes.
The formula has been cracked.
Yep.
Okay. Did it say anything about points over under?
Let me back it up. I'll look.
I'm just curious. I'm gonna guess.
Jags are the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings between these two.
Yeah, that means nothing to me.
Aren't you betting the under?
The last 5 meetings, Jim, can go back how many seasons?
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't that just support your claim?
No, because did they play this year?
I think they did.
Right. So one of those may be supported by something this year. That means nothing because the other 3 or 4 are from previous years. I don't care what happened in
Jags
2020.
are 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games.
Remember, Jim, water always finds its level.
I'm taking him. You're not going to talk me out of it.
I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just.
I feel like you are. Alex, do you feel like he is?
I plead the fifth. I'm saying Alice is between you two.
I am merely indicating to you that if Vegas is usually going to be at around 500, and a team is 6-1 over the past 7 games against the spread, sounds like they're due to be the other side of it.
I'm taking this pick. You cannot take me out of it.
I'm with you, Jim.
Thank you.
No, you're not, Alex. You're in direct conflict. you in fact are betting Chiefs minus 8.5, Alex.
No, but I'm not saying I'm with Jim as far as what he's picking, but I see like if I was following someone and they were getting me points and winning me, I'd follow him too blindly.
Okay. Next, we have the Giants at the Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.5, over under 48.5 points. What do we think?
I ran my mouth. Muff called me on it. So I'm taking the Eagles minus 7.5.
We're in so much direct opposition. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Eagles minus 7.5. I thought you were saying Giants. Sorry.
I have to because I opened my jibs.
About what?
I told you that I was hammering this home, and you were like, "Well, then do it."
Oh yeah, that's true.
That is absolutely
true.
true.
And the line is the same, right? It hasn't really changed.
No, it hasn't changed at all.
Yeah. Jim's on it. Hey, I'm staying at. This is the one. This is of the 3 games. This is the one I'm staying away from.
I will be taking the Eagles.
Right, the Giants just seem like the team of destiny, and I don't want to be on either side of them. I just want to watch the ride.
But do you not think the Eagles could be the team of destiny?
Listen, I think everybody wants Brian Dabble to bring this team to heights, like to get to the NFC Championship game. Then they want them to lose because they want a high profile team to be in there, but they want the story to the NFC Championship. And also, the NFC Beast has 3 teams in this round of the playoffs. 3 of the 4 teams in the NFC come from the same division. How crazy is that?
I mean, especially since it's crazy because we were calling them the NFC least when we started this.
Last year. Right. Last year they were the NFC least. Now they're the NFC Beast. So I think
that's the crazy part of the story.
I just want to watch this game. These are 2 division rivals. If I was going to because again, division rivals, you typically expect a tight game. They play each other a lot. There's not a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
If I were to lean anywhere, I'd lead Giants plus the points for the same reason that we should have been on the Ravens plus the points last week. This is another in-division game in the playoffs.
Would you consider the under?
I would consider, again, if I was leaning anything, I would lean Giants plus the points, but not enough to bet it.
Okay.
Jim, any other thoughts?
No, I have to ride with where my mouth is.
Okay. Next, we have the Bengals at the Bills in Sunday football. The Bills favored by 5.5 points, over under 48.5. Dum, dum, dum. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm on the Bills. At Buffalo, I think there's, again, the emotional advantage of what's happened within the Bills organization over the past few weeks. I understand the one thing that would detract me from this is the fact that the Bills don't have Von Miller. Their pass rush is less daunting, and Joe Burrow could have more time than he typically would if Von Miller was there. But I still think the Bengals offensive line is less than stellar, and the Bills are going to find a way to put pressure on Joe Burrow and make this happen. And the Bills offense is stellar.
I'm going to go with the over. Because when they started playing last game, the over looked very promising. And that's literally my only reasoning.
I can get on board with that. And plus it's rooting for a high scoring game, which is always fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to take the Bengals with the points, and I'm going to take the over.
Okay.
Is this a Jim pick or is this a Jim researched pick?
It's a Jim pick on the points, and I'm going along with Alex on the over.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, I have no problem with the over-under bets. Obviously, I disagree with the Bengals, but That's why we have the show. That's why we have the show. And lastly, in Sunday football, we have the Cowboys at the 49ers. 49ers favored by 3.5, over under 45.5. Give me the over in this
49ers.
Yeah, I'm going with 49ers. I'm debating doing the over as well. And I feel like, why not do both? If I got both of you saying both,
Mm-hmm.
Might be a way to come back on us.
I'm going to do both.
All right.
It is good. For the over, this to me is the least confident of my best bets. With the pass rush of the Cowboys, I think Brock Purdy is going to be under more pressure, but the secret weapon, not the secret weapon, but the weapon that can combat that is Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield, right? You just toss Christian McCaffrey out on a flare, a couple middle screens, and then it doesn't matter that Micah Parsons is just wreaking havoc off the edge because it takes 2 seconds to get that ball out and then Christian McCaffrey's running downfield. So I think that they are built for this and to combat a high-profile pass rush. And in the Cowboys, I think are going to do enough to put this game over.
I don't disagree.
Sounds like sound logic to me.
Okay. Which brings us to all of our best bets with a short slate. I think we can kind of go through this pretty quickly.
Quick question, point of clarification.
Yep. Point.
If one of us,
Mhm.
or I don't think any of us can, I don't think more than one of us can hit the perfect. But if one of us were to hit the perfect,
The what?
hit all of their bets,
Okay. Go undefeated for the week.
is that something that we can we champion given the short week?
It's not a short week. It's a small slate.
Are we congratulating that person?
Is there a reason we wouldn't?
Only 4 bets, 3 bets.
Is there a reason we wouldn't?
I don't think that should count for anything. I think that should give an asterisk.
And ask no,
No.
because you have 6 bets.
Yeah.
Even if it was me, I contend I would not find glory in that.
Just because you didn't bet 10?
You have
Because
6
you only had
bets,
4 games to choose from.
but you chose to be confident on 6. If all 6 of your bets hit, Jim, I will congratulate you and champion you.
All right, fair enough.
I think Jim's really concerned if you or I, Alex.
Yes.
I
And he
this
has
is-
6 bets and he hits 5 of 6 and we hit 4 of 4 and he's pissed.
No, I would congratulate if that's what we're doing.
You just said
congratulate
I
just the
don't
same.
think you would because I think you were
don't
waiting.
think you would.
I think you were waiting for us to say no, and you're like, "Oh yeah, we definitely shouldn't."
Well, if that's what you want to do, if you want to find solace in that, that's your business.
Well, then why did you bring up the question if you weren't prepared to go the other way with it?
I'm down either way. I just think these games are pretty much decided. I think we're pretty solid.
Still contend that you have issues. If we tout somebody,
I hope you're topping me, but
what did you take in the Bengals Bills game, Jim?
both those bets that are right there.
There is the second one means nothing to me because you have both the over and the under.
Oh, my fault.
You're both.
Did Alex take the over? Yeah, he took the over. Well, I said I took the one was from my heart.
It's
the
just
one was
funny
'cause yours was
because
logic.
I was laughing more at Muff saying that one means nothing to me because you've taken the over and the under. So you actually cannot at that point go.
And then I took the
All right.
over on the boys.
Okay, which our best bets are? Alex, go ahead first.
My best bets are the Chiefs -8.5 versus the Jags, the Eagles -7.5 versus the Giants, the Bengals Bills over 48.5, and the 49ers -3.5 versus the boys.
Jim.
I have the Jaguars +8.5 at the Chiefs. The Eagles -7.5 at the Giants, or the Giants at whatever, you get it. The Bengals +5.5 at the Bills. I'm taking the over in that game, 48.5. I have the 49ers minus 3.5 versus the Cowboys, and I have the over in that game, 45.5.
And I have a small slate taking the Jags Chiefs under 52.5, Bills minus 5.5, hosting the Bengals, and the Cowboys 49ers over 45.5 in Sunday football action.
Here's to make it a hell of a run.
I think we can do it.
I hope I hit all 6,
I do too.
and then I can.
We can question championing you then.
No, I don't want champion. I'm going to
not
repeat
10.
your championship.
It's not 10
I don't need your.
Because it's not 10
I don't
bets.
need your false praise.
Okay.
This is escalating.
Which brings us to the Mike Allstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, pow, pow.
Do we have any team rides?
I
do not.
I think Alex and I are pretty good on the Eagles. You didn't have the Eagles game at all. Where do you stand on the Eagles? Minus 7.5.
I was leaning Giants because it's an in division
So
rivalry.
where do you
Son of a bitch.
stand? Where do you stand on the Bengals Bills over?
That's another good one.
I can definitely cheer for that.
Okay.
The only other thing I'll toss out there, because it's in a similar situation, is Cowboys Niners over.
I would be okay with that as well.
Because you two are on the Bengals Bills.
Is that the late game?
And Jim and I are on the Cowboys Niners.
Muff and I will take either. So Jim is the
Yep.
delineator.
What is the late game?
The latest game is Cowboys Niners.
On Sunday, right?
It is, yeah. I think it's like a 6:00 game. I don't think it's a night game.
Give us that.
Cheer on the last game.
Cheer on the last game.
Cowboys Niners over 45.5 is the Mike Allstott Hit Stick Pick of the Week.
Pow, 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 pow.
Next in the Neil Brown Risky Pick of the Week.
I think.
Good. Glad we have sound effects.
I don't have a pick.
Well, as far as
Dumbass moneyline dog.
Underdogs, the Bengals is the only one of us that's betting plus points on anything, and that is direct. Well, it's not in direct conflict with an Alex pick,
and it's not in direct conflict with a Jim pick either.
It's direct conflict with a me pick.
Oh,
because I'm taking the Bills to cover. Is there any game where we're solely on the over under? No, because Jim doubled everything up.
I didn't double everything up. Just 2 of the 4 games.
We just don't have a risky pick. What if we have a risky pick?
We could do an alternate spread if we.
I was just gonna say, I think we do an alternate spread this week.
We've done that, and it's been successful.
It has.
Hey, listen, we could even do an alternate over under.
Ooh,
like an alternate.
Too much thought. Too much thought.
I feel like it's less. Just how many points do you think they'll score?
Of the overs, because I'm the only one on it under, right? Of the overs, which do we feel most confident has the ability to go significantly over by like at least 3 points of where it is?
None of them.
What if
Cowboys Bengals or Cowboys Niners?
What if we
did?
I would say before I did that, I would say Bills Bengals over 50.
I can get on board with that. Over, I think we have to be at over 51.5.
Okay, over 51.5.
I think we have to be with 3 points.
I agree. At least a score higher. Jim, what's your suggestion?
He didn't have any.
I don't think it's going to hit that.
What's your other suggestion?
Well, so what do you think it's going to hit, Jim? You bet the over. You think it's going to hit 50 on the dot, but not 52?
Yeah, go with it. Fine. Go with it.
Is that a fine go with it? Did you say
Bills Bengals over 53.
51.5, Alex. Don't get crazy.
When it hits 55, I'm going to laugh at y'all.
Then it means we won.
I know, but we could have won bigger.
Was that Was that yes, sir? Was that yes, sir?
Just fucking put it in. We hit big on that though. If we hit it right,
not big. It's better. It's plus odds. That's for sure.
Alex, you playing that?
Yeah,
my man.
Are you playing that, Jim?
Nope.
No.
What the hell with you, Buff? I'll put it in. That bastard.
Which brings us to the Punisher parlay. Good. Jim is
Punisher.
all about sound effects today. I'm glad Jim is all about this. He has one
You
bad
make
week.
me so
He
mad
has
sometimes.
he has one bad week.
Oh, it's not about the week. It's because you're a jerk sometimes.
I'm a jerk at all times. It's just it grinds your gears more whenever you've had a bad week.
That's true.
So we sticking with the over under train here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. I'll go first since I was the sole winner last week. Question mark.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to take the all stot and put the Cowboys Niners over 45.5 in.
All right. Oh wait, does that not count? Oh, so we did the risky. No, wait. Never mind.
What did we
Sorry.
say? The
just-
spread is 51.5.
You said the all star, and then what are you going with?
That's me.
Yeah, well,
We're just doing 3. I thought.
okay, got you.
We
That's
didn't
fine.
we didn't put any specialty picks last week. It was just us 3 because
Okay,
we're trying
got
to
it.
win.
We're trying to win. I got it.
I mean, we've been trying to win the whole time, but
Yes, but really trying to win now.
we're gonna increase our odds of winning by lowering the number of bets that are in it.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers minus 3.5 versus the Cowboys.
It's SB over unders.
So
Alex.
Muff took
Oh.
the Cowboys pick.
So Bengals Bills over 48.5.
This is okay.
Yes, Jim.
You have an under
I have it over.
and you have an over. Okay. I didn't think you had the over. Fair enough.
What's yours?
Since you both just backed me into a corner.
Better look back.
There's one way that Jim could try to think he's going to make me angry, but I won't care.
Give me the Jags, then the Chiefs under.
Okay.
I thought he was gonna go over. That's what
I was too. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, Jags Chiefs over. Fuck you, Muff.
I thought about putting the alternate spread in
You were so angry about that.
just to be a jerk, but no, just let them ride. I'm not betting that this week though.
Oh, somebody's got their scared pants on.
I just bet the alternative spread.
Oh my gosh, did you put $1,000 on it?
I hate you.
Which brings our specialty picks. The Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Kapow, pow, pow!
Cowboys at 49ers over 45.5. The Neil Brown risky pick of the week. I believe we call that dueling banjos. We have Bengals at Bills over 51.5 and an alternate spread. And the Punisher parlay.
Punisher!
Cowboys Niners over 45.5. Bengals Bills over 48.5. Jags Chiefs under 52.5. And the over under Punisher parlay. Special.
So special.
So this is the divisional playoff round, correct?
Sure
Is this?
enough.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what it is.
It's not super wild card week anymore.
No, not super.
It's the dope divisional round. Super dope.
Super dope.
Super dope. As a reminder, you can follow us at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter, Sports Stuff W/Jim Ampersand Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Give us all the action verbs, gents.
Poke, tickle, like.
Hug, squeeze, schnuckums.
Oh,
I will give
I
you
like that one
the
less.
traditional action words. Subscribe, comment, rate, review. You guys have all the secondary action verbs, apparently.
yeah.
Got those on lock. Good for you. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
So follow us all the way to Victory Town, to the Brinks truck, backing up all the way to your house to unload all the monies. If Jim goes perfect, he will reveal his secret website.
I will.
If he does not, it will stay in anonymity forever.
We'll banish it.
All are banished.
Banish.
Except for Lizzo, who tells us
It's about that time.
Goddamn time.